This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game.
Okay, welcome everybody to this Saturday morning matchup of the We Up Summer League. We have the girls all-star game at the high school division, but we're short a couple players, so some of the boys middle school all-stars have graciously joined. And the colors might be a little confusing to start things off because we're not necessarily sticking with school teams. We've drafted all-stars. And so we'll do our best to try to keep up with you. All right. No score here as we just start off. Here's Adela Ashworth now to London Febby. Here's Bailey Morin, driving to the hoop. Good take, but it's rejected by number 50. That's Cooper Maddox, an 8th grader from Floodbrook. There's Morin for 3, just a little short, rebounded by Maddox. Here's Cooper Maddox on the move. Goes up for it, but it's rebounded by Adrena Pelton, the Claremont senior. And here's Bailey Morin on the move. Okay. Here's Bailey Morin now, thinks about 3. She's got her teammate Maddie Chambers-Gardner. She thinks better of it. And this shot is good. Was that Adrena Pelton for 3? I think it was. Chambers gives to Stebbins for 3, just long. Here's number 1, Owen Allen, an 8th grader from Mill River. Gives to Morin. Here's London Febby now. Back to Morin, looking to pass. Here's Pelton. Here's Adela Ashworth on the baseline. Well defended there. Can't get through, but gets a pass off. Here's Morin for 3. Just off the front of the rim. Here comes Jay Stebbins on the move. One girl to beat. Gets to the rim, but this one rolls out. Abby Lace passes, good swing, ball movement here. Goss's shot just over the rim. Abby Lace rejected. Here comes Ashworth. Gives to Morin. Back to Ashworth now, thinks about 3. Doesn't like it, wants to drive. Hands off to Febby. Here's Morin now, in the corner. Good defense. Febby's shot just a little long, reeled in by Ashworth. Puts it up, but it's knocked away. And here comes Team White now on the move. Oh, Jay Stebbins, hook shot almost goes in, bounces out. Here comes Febby now, guarded by Chambers. Here's Febby for 3, just off the front of the rim. Chambers gets the rebound, and the sophomore from Claremont taking her time. Oh, we might have our colors backwards. Seems like depending on who's running the clock each game, they can move it around. We'll have to change that in the break. Never know which team is being considered home. Good rebound there by Goss as Gracie gives to Chambers. Here comes Maddie Chambers from the top. Nice pass inside to Stebbins. She kicks out. There's Cooper Maddox for three. He was talking about entering the three-point contest later today. He's going to need to be a bit more consistent behind the line if he wants a chance at that one. There's another three-pointer. Looks like a lot of players warming up early for the three-point shootout in this game. Here's Chambers now. Great facilitator from Claremont. Guarding her own teammate is Bailey Morin, thinking about the three-pointer. Each one gets a little bit closer. That one just off the front of the rim. Here comes Stebbins on the move. Rejected by Pelton. Good defense there by the senior. Here comes Stebbins again. Watch out for Febby. She's a pickpocket. Chambers saves this one from a backcourt. There's Stebbins with a mid-range jumper just off the back of the rim. Reeled in by Morin. Here's Ashworth with the shot fake. Spin move and a mid-range. Oh, good looking shot there by the sophomore. And Cooper Maddox with a nifty turnaround pass there, but nobody knew it was coming. Not even his own team. That's the trouble sometimes in a pickup game like this is you don't have chemistry. People don't know what each other's tendencies are. Okay. Morin's shot there. Stuffed by Richie Liftler, the 8th grader from Green Giants, Mill River. Here's Chambers for three. You bet. Nice shot there by the sophomore from Claremont. And she's happy about that one. As well she should be. That's her first three-point attempt. She's 1 for 1. Good defense there in red, and here's Ashworth, just off the back. That's Will Abilace, the 8th grader from Springfield, helping out here. Stebbins, kick back to Chambers for another one. Just a little long. Reeled in by Morin. Here's Bailey Morin. On the move, gives to Ashworth. Ashworth now surveying, back to Morin. Fires for three. It's in. Nice shot there by Bailey Morin, the sophomore from Claremont.
Well, these kids will really be warmed up for that three-point contest.
They really will.
They're finally landing them.
And that's Frannie Ashworth here, helping out with some color commentating. Thanks for being here, Frannie.
Thanks for having me.
Frannie, the mother of Adela Ashworth, who gives the ball now to Febby. All right. As Team White now figuring out who's going to take it up. Here's Chambers. Chambers, an excellent facilitator, always finds the open player on the cut. Nobody's cutting this time, though. Everybody wants to shoot. There's Pellin for three, just off the front of the rim. As Abilace fights her own brother for the ball. You know, that's a contest that's happened a few times. But the sophomore beats out the 8th grader in this match. A lot of sibling matchups we've had this summer. A lot of brother and brothers, some brothers and sisters, some sisters playing together. It's been a fun family event.
It's great to see all of these kids playing from different schools every week and mixing it up and just having so much fun out on the court.
I think so. Most of the time. Just noticed Alexis Giddings in the game, the freshman from Springfield. And there she is bringing in that out of bound pass. I believe that's number 7, Alexis Giddings. 7, yep. And Chambers again will take it up. Here's Stebbins now looking for the long one, but it's all knocked out of bounds by Bailey Morin. Here's Giddings. Kick to Chambers, the point guard. Hand off to Stebbins, who wants to shoot. Jay's shot very close. Rebounded there. And here's Ashworth. This one just a little high off the glass. Here's Chambers again for 3. Boom!
That was a great shot.
Really was. And, we haven't seen Chambers shoot a lot, really, this season. She's really a facilitator first has been her style of play. Always looking for that player on the cut, moving the ball. But it's good to see her stepping back and shooting now. It's the All-Star game, after all. Got to show off some, right?
Absolutely.
That's 2 from behind the arc now for Chambers. Nice pass inside to Abby Lace. Gets it out to the open Giddings. A little bit long. Black's going to come up with that one. Here's Bailey Morin on the move. Back to Ashworth. Here's Morin for 3. Just over.
It's so interesting to see how they naturally learn to play together each week with no practices or plays that they really practice together.
And starting to gel a little bit. Well, good hoopers, right? They can pick up, they can read the court and see what's happening. And
it's nice
Chambers there with the nutmeg on Abby Lace. Here's Stebbins with a spin move. Nice. Good footwork there to go up and draw the foul. And here's Jay Stebbins at the line. Tie game here. Oh, that reminds me, I got to switch the colors back. Because I believe... Oh, I missed the action though. Rebounded by Will Avilace, the 8th grader from Springfield. And here comes Morin. Pelton for 3, just over. Febby puts it up. There's Jay Stebbins, finds Chambers in the wing. Chambers with a 3. Momentum carried it a little off there. Here's Maddox, just off the back of the rim. Alexis Giddings, like a rocket, comes out for that one. Here's Cooper Maddox on the take. Through contact, he comes in, gets that one home. And that's number 50, Cooper Maddox, the 8th grader from Floodbrook. Here comes Ashworth into the double team, able to get the ball back to Morin though. And here's Pelton with a spin move. And that one's gonna land. Good take there by number 11 from Claremont, Adrena Pelton. What are you seeing out there, Frannie? Okay, we'll give you a minute. Here's Ashworth. Just over. Stebbins steps back for 3. In and out. But there's Giddings with a rebound. Comes up Black, though. This one's going to go out of bounds. So I do need to switch them.
So White is guest.
Okay.
Noah's team.
Got it. Yep, so I do need to switch these if I can. See if we can. There we go. Now we got the teams assigned correctly to the scoreboard. Here's Chambers now. Good pass inside, finds Maddox, and Cooper Maddox gets another one, and he brushes the dirt off on that. Always great to see the emotes after. Good pass inside to Febby, kicks out to very good ball movement now. Here's Pelton inside, almost broken up, but she gets a shot off. Strong fight underneath. Good help there from Alexis Giddings. Chambers. Nope. And Cooper Maddox hits that one on his way to the floor.
He's really on fire right now.
Good work out there by the 8th grader. Morin kicks out to Febby. That shot just off. Side of the rim. Here comes Chambers now. Chambers, nice give inside. Here's Avilace, kicks back out to Chambers for 3. In and out. And here's, I believe, number 1. Owen Allen taking the ball up. Gives to Ashworth, but that one doesn't land. Here's Chambers now. Thought about a drive there. The lane was open. But why not give to the player with a hot hand? He tries the same move. The floater with the fallback. It doesn't work for him this time, though. Speaking of floater, there's Bailey Morin. Almost. And here's Chambers now. Room to run. Here's Ashworth now. Was going to hit that 3, but tight defense by Stebbins. Got her to pass. All right, here comes Grace Goss now setting things up. Finds Stebbins on the wing. Stebbins trying to work inside. Doesn't like it, kicks out. Here's Avilace. Stebbins now has to reset. Here's Goss for 3. Almost got a lucky bounce there. And there's number 2, Richie Littler, the 8th grader from Mill River, on the rebound. Here's Morin. Nice spin move, but solid defense by Avilace. And Littler, the gentleman, hands it off. That was Jay Stebbins with a left-handed layup, and she's not left-handed. Avilace is, though, as she goes up. Here's Goss now stepping into the shot. Kicks out to Avilace, wide open for 3. Woo! Airly Avilace drives that one home, and her brother Will on the sidelines, pretty excited about that one. Here's Ashworth, kicks out to Febby, on the move. Here's Morin open for 3. You bet.
What
and
a great
Bailey
shot.
Morin. What's that?
What a great shot that was.
Yeah, good look there by the sophomore. Here's Avilace. Tight defense there by Morin on the freshman. Good defense there by Ashworth. Hey! There's another three-pointer by Airlie Aviles. Or should I say Airlie Aviles. And here comes Grace Goss. Good pass there, kick back out. This one stolen by Febby on the move. For three. Just off the front of the rim. Rebounded there by number 2, Richie Littler, who's being a real gentleman out there. He's getting the ball and just giving it to the girls, letting them play. He said, this is your game, really. I'm just here to help. There he is, facilitating from under the hoop. But there's the speedster. Oh, and that shot by Ashworth looked good. Adela. I hear it's almost, does she not want us to talk about it? I hear tomorrow's Adela Ashworth's birthday. She's hoping her team can pull out a win here for her. That'd be a nice present.
She would be very excited with that for her birthday. It's always interesting during these summer league games when the players take on positions that they don't play normally during their school year. It's great practice for them being all over the court.
Ashworth normally a point guard, right? Here she is calling for the ball now in the wing. But there's more for three. Oh, in and out.
So close.
All right, well, as we head into halftime, All-Stars White has the lead 18-11 over All-Stars Black. But as we've seen already, these girls can hit from deep. They can get to the rim. Anything can happen here in the second half. Thanks to Frannie Ashworth for helping us out today. She didn't know the camera was coming. I'm your host, Will Simoneau. Appreciate y'all watching on TecGym Sports. We'll see you back after this break.
This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Bactaw Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game. This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider.
Okay, welcome back everybody to this We Up Summer League Girls High School Division All-Star matchup. We got a couple boys helping out. And here's Adela Ashworth now on the move. Gives to Febby, kicks out to Pelton. She's going to try to work her way around. Thought about the mid-ranger, decides to take the three instead, and it's a good thing she did. Nice shot there by number 11.
With shots like that, they're going to be catching up pretty quick.
That's right, it's a 4-point game now. Here's Cooper Maddox on the take. This one rebounded by Febby. Quick in and out there. Finds Pelton in the wing. Here's Febby for a three. Not this time. There's Maddie Chambers with the rebound. Here's Goss now. Goss's shot goes up. A little bit of contact there. No call though. There's Pelton for three. She's hit at least twice already. And here's Cooper Maddox. Having fun out there playing with the girls. But this one deflected. I don't think so, says Atrina Pelton. Not on my house. Good defense there by Jay Stebbins on the break. Gives to Chambers. Chambers with a nice finish under the hoop. That was a quick catch and shoot. That's a tough thing to do.
That was a great move.
Good work there by the sophomore. Here, you can put it right there. Here's Chambers. Looking for Littler inside, but it's picked off. Here's Will with the rebound. A little too strong, though.
I am not looking forward to the ride home when Adela talks about all the missed shots today. Hopefully they'll start landing.
Who's usually more upset about those, mom or daughter?
It's always Adela.
Yep. And there's Chambers for another three-pointer. Is that 2 or 3 on the day for Maddie?
I'm pretty sure that's her third three-pointer, and she's had quite a few other baskets. It's amazing.
It's a good morning for some hoops. Nice weather here in Ludlow, finally. We've had so many hot nights here. It's nice having gentle cross breeze and cool weather.
I was just thinking that these kids must feel totally different energy on the court today.
And there's Maddie Chambers for her 4th three-pointer. This kid is on fire. Good take there by Pellin, just over the. And here's Chambers on the move. She's going to get there. The left-hander doesn't go, but Jay Stebbins is there for the rebound to help her out. And White now running away with this one. They've got a 14-point lead. And there's Adela Ashworth with a three-pointer of her own.
Oh, that must feel good.
Happy birthday. They're going to need a few more of those if they want a chance to catch up in this one. They're certainly taking the shots. They're getting the looks for sure. Yeah.
Once they start landing, they'll continue to land, but they have to get those shots in.
And you know, in this all-star game, every single one of these girls is a hooper as Jay Stebbins knocks it home from 3. Any one of these girls can get hot and fire. There's Bailey Moore on a nice take, and she'll head to the line as she often does.
That was a great, strong drive.
Bailey, such a physical player, she has no problem driving through traffic and often picks up a foul on her way through. Sedella with a fake, gives to Febby. Febby with the mid-range. The bank is open.
Black is catching right up now. They're on fire.
Hey, there's Morin catching the... Moore with a little in and out. Good post play there by Bailey. Shot just didn't land. Stebbins. There's Giddings trying to get in on the three-point action. Warming up. Okay, 9-point game now as Morin sets up. Finds Ashworth, who's got a look. That one just a little high. Here's Chambers now to Stebbins. Using the baseline, kicks out to an open Airly Aviles. Oh, this one just in and out. Good looking shot though by the sophomore. Here's Chambers. Tries to give to Aviles, but there's Bailey Morin in the way. Reaches up and grabs that one. And the Claremont sophomore on the move. As we so often see, Morin draws the foul. Yeah, it sure looked like that one was after the shot. What did you see there?
I thought so too. I'm wondering why they're not shooting.
Are they not taking any foul shots? Are they not sending anyone to the line?
It looked that way because the last basket, when she had a foul, it should have been a shooting foul too, in my opinion.
So maybe because we got a late start, they're just giving every foul to the... Be interesting to see how that plays out. That changes the strategy of the game a little bit.
Absolutely.
It almost, if you think too much about it, it almost encourages you to foul. If nobody's going to the line, nothing to lose. Hey, there's Bailey Morin for 3. And if you're Team White, the last thing you want to see is Bailey Morin start to get hot. Because this kid has been known to put up some numbers. Seven-point game now as Ashworth fights her way through the middle, kicks out to Morin. just an inch maybe.
She makes shooting those look so effortless.
Here's Goss now on the take. Gets her own rebound. And here's number 1. Kicks out to Ashworth for the 3. Saved by Pelton. Thank you very much, says Maddie Chambers, now with a head of steam. Kicks out. There's Goss with 3. Rolling around the rim for a second before going in. Nice shot there, 24. The sophomore from Claremont. And there's Pelton. Here comes Cooper Maddox. Is he going to throw it down?
Great rebound by number 1.
Kicks out to Ashworth. Little stutter step. Nice Euro inside, but there's some contact, and that one then gets knocked out of bounds. So we have 2 coaches named Cosby here. We have the elder Noah Cosby, who's responsible for founding Summer League last year. And then we have his son, the sophomore from Springfield, Noah Cosby. Noah looking a bit lackadaisical there. I don't think he stood up yet this game. But I guess
he sure is giving a lot of trust to his players.
Ooh, Morin tried to weave through a tight double team there. Ended up on the floor, and she'll come out with the ball. Nice give there to Febby, but she couldn't quite climb over number 24, Grace Goss, who's playing great defense there on Morin. Morin goes all the way through and kicks out to Ashworth. There's Avilace with the rebound, and he's psyched to be on the board. Will Avilace happy about that one. Always good when you have a player who gets excited, right? Keeps the team fired up.
Absolutely. I love a little celebration.
All right, 6-point game here. Here's Avilace now, kicks out to Febby. Febby on the move, finds Pelton alone in the wing. And Adrena Pelton, good for another one.
Black has really come back in the second half.
That's right, it's a 3-point game. Here comes Goss.
What a good block.
Blocked there by Will Avilace. And the 8th grader, who I've seen win AAU tournaments at the varsity level, solid player there from Springfield.
I didn't realize he was just an 8th grader.
Yeah.
Wow, I can't wait to see him play in high school.
Pretty tall and confident for a middle schooler, huh? That comes from experience, though. He travels a lot with a number of different clubs, and they brought him in. He plays tournaments now at the varsity level. There's Chambers with a long 3. And here's number 2, Richie Littler. Gives to Chambers for a nice take. Chambers now hitting from everywhere. Here's Morin for 3. Almost had the bank shot.
They're going to want to stay on her when she comes down that court.
This one almost in. Early Avilace. Will gets his own heel. And here's Morin showing him how the behind the back's supposed to be done. Morin now looking for the baseline. Driving on her own teammate. Gets around. Goes up for it. And there's Bailey Morin, deserving of another trip to the line, but we're not doing it this time. Here comes Pelton. I think that was 4 shots, and Pelton fighting hard for that one. Here's Stebbins for 3. Just a little short. She was a couple steps back from the line on that one. And here comes Ashworth, the birthday girl. There's Pelton for another 3. Let's see which way that's going. Ashworth says it's black, and she's correct. Adela now looking inside. Tries to find Morin. Black keeps it. Here's Morin for 3. You bet. Bailey Morin.
Two-point game.
That's at least 3 3-pointers for her, if not more. Chambers tries to answer with one of her own. It's a 2-point game now with just under 5 minutes left.
A lot can happen in 5 minutes in basketball.
Absolutely, especially with this group. Nice hop there by Ashworth.
Oh, they're going to want to shot
rebounded by Chambers
down.
on the move. Give to Avilace, or no, that pass was intended for Airlie Avilace, but her brother stole it from her. Here's Pelton with a nice finish and one. Though I think we're not going to the line today. So what do we do there? Do we give the ball back to Black since there was a foul on the shot?
It should go back to Black. That's what happened before. It's always tricky when there's only one ref at the game.
Oh, do we only have one official for this one? Okay. Timeout now, as we got a 1-point game. It's a nail biter here in Ludlow.
It's great to see all the players still smiling and just having fun on this morning.
That's a great thing about the All-Star game, right? There's not a lot on the line, which team wins or loses. They're just out there having fun. All right, well, thanks everybody for watching the first half. Well, no, this is just a timeout. We'll be back after a short break. But we're trying to build a crew to where what I'd love to do is to have a crew that has all the gear for every single team and just follows their whole seasons and broadcasts every game. That's what we're trying to get to. All right, we're back now. Still a 1-point game. Oh, but it's a 1-point game the other way. Now Black's in the lead for the first time today. Look at that. What a change of momentum. And here comes Pelton. Working on Chambers, nice spin, but it's a double team inside, and she still gets it home.
That was an amazing move.
Strong take by Adrina Pelton. 3-point game now, as Avilace gives to Chambers, thinks about a long 3, decides to pass inside though, but that one's picked off by London Febby. Man, I wish we were keeping stats. She's probably got at least 4 or 5 steals tonight. This morning.
Adela's going to want to stay on her. We don't want any three-pointers by number 34.
That's right. Here she goes from way back. Looking like Caitlin Clark or Paige Beckers. Closer to half court than she was to the three-point line.
It looked like it was going to go in. That would have been impressive.
All right, see a lot of balls bouncing here. What's going on? See the middle school boys all-stars getting ready for their next game. All right, here comes Chambers now. 2.5 minutes to go. Still a very close game. 3 points. There's Chambers. Good looking shot, but it doesn't go. She's got Cooper Maddox underneath, though, to drive it home. And it's a 1-point game. As Adrena Pelton, they're not going to give her any space to shoot anymore, but she's going to take it. Good looking shot there by London Febby. Hits both sides of the rim. Oh, Aviles couldn't quite bring that one in. Here's Adela Ashworth now. Gives to Febby. In and out, then back in again. London Febby hits a 3. Here's Stebbins on the take. Tries to get around. Double team though. And Cooper Maddox can't get that one in as it's rebounded Black. And All-Stars Black now with a 3-point lead. This one well defended by Stebbins. Nice get-ahead pass. Maddox doesn't land though.
Number 5 is so speedy right down that court.
She's a quick one, London Febby. Here's Bailey Morin now working the stall. With a 3-point lead, they don't even have to shoot. If you're White, you got to get out here on defense now. You need that ball. Chambers, the only one really fighting for it, though. Time's running out. Here's Aviles with the foul. Realizing she's not sending anybody to the line on this one. Here's Black now, still working the stall. Febby's style is more go by him, though. And here's Morin, daring him to try to take the ball from her. And Black with an effective stall here, which is surprising considering there's no foul shots. And they're going to be really effective. They've run out nearly a minute, the Black team has. But here's Cooper Maddox with 11 seconds left, a chance to bring it close. This one's no good. This one's stolen away by Febby. And that's going to do it.
Oh, young Crosby is very happy and off the bench now with the win over his dad.
You think there'll be a little bragging in that? Think a little bragging on the way home tonight? As the younger Crosby trying to take the torch from his dad. Well, thanks everybody for watching this really fun all-star matchup. The girls' high school division with a little help from the boys and a little help from some middle school players. We Up Summer League on TecGym Sports. Thanks for watching. I'm Will Simoneau, Frannie Ashworth.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. We'll see you again in just a few minutes for the boys' middle school all-star game. Thanks for watching.
This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Bactaw Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game.